I don't get the cue, but I'm on.
That's on. We're live. Let's go.
You're live the whole time.
We're here.
You can't hear the show.
And okay. Oh.
Terminator X on the cut. In the public, the enemy is off in the cut. But a back of mad leaks with the Cuban cuts. Your music that'll make you do the butt. We're soaring for show. We're here to introduce you to the morning show.
Chris is chillin', Terminator's chillin', Hall of Famers reppin', people what you think. Layla is chillin', Soren is chillin', Click work for Billy and we got mad links. James Gang reppin', Big Wig reppin', Akron, Cleveland, LA to Vegas. Fly crowd, LeBron James a rap. I'm a pro model, I see you bring the cap.
What's up, Vegas? And it's me, Chris Thomas. I just want to let everybody know I was done with it before they knew how to have fun with it. And we have a great show today here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. Sorry about the pause, but we're ready to go. Brought to you by 100% Sucker-Free Brands and Piedmont Hemp Co. Find your rhythm. Right about now, here's our host. Here is Soren Baker from Source Magazine and, of course, Unique Assets. What's up, Soren?
Glad to be here, Chris. Another great show, I'm sure. Looking forward to it.
Oh, and we got the Hall of Famer, Grammy, and, of course, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Terminator X.
What's up, Chris? What's up, Chris? Peace and love, everybody.
We got Miss Fantastic. One day you will see why I call her Miss Fantastic. Noonie LaRue, the First Lady. What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome.
And we have the one and only DJ Rap City. I'm telling you something. It's 37 years for me since I hosted Rap City. Links, how long has it been for you? What anniversary is it for you?
Well, first of all, I'm DJ Mad Links. I don't know who DJ Rap City is, but
DJ Mad Links.
We on the 20-year anniversary. A little bit plus for me, man. It's amazing how fast the time flies.
And we got a special guest in the house. I used to have a radio show in Washington, D.C. And every time there was a case, I call our own Perry Mason, Martin Dennis. and we have a segment that we're going to do time from time. It's called It's the Law with Martin Dennis. How you doing, Mr. Dennis?
Okay, I'm doing great. How about you? It's nice
I'm
to see
doing-
you, Chris. You're looking good. Nice hat
All
you got.
right. All right. So now, Noonie, what's our topics for today?
Listen, we got a whole bunch going on. Oprah Winfrey reveals something about Whitney Houston years later. I can't wait to hear this. And then former BET Rap City host Big Tigger is out of jail. Now the question is, what's the next? Okay. And then we got Mystical Son Millennium. Millennium. What's his name?
Million.
I'm like, what I put down? I'm sorry. Is speaking out of about his father's sentence. Can't read my own handwriting. And just asking, did former President George Bush donate money to Barack Center? I want to know too. And then plus lifestyle in Vegas with High Panda and wisdom of the Wallace. All that and more on the Chris Thomas Show here with the Top Notch All-Star team.
Well, let's get started. Here is Mahogany's celebrity quotes of the day.
Hello, everyone. This is Mahogany with the celebrity quote of the day. There is one side of pain that is full of suffering and discomfort. But then there's another side of pain that is called effort. It's called glory. And if you could find a way to push through pain, there is something greater on the other side of it. That was quoted by Ray Lewis, the NFL Hall of Famer and global motivational speaker. Now back to Chris Thomas and the All-Star team on KSHP 107.1 FM, 1400 AM and KSHP.com. Enjoy the rest of this show.
What the world is love to me, love. It's the only thing that there's just to love.
And if nobody told you today they love you, believe me, we do. I know I do. And
if no one told you happy birthday today here on the Chris Thomas Show, happy birthday.
All right. So now this is the last day that you will ever hear Love and Happiness. We're moving on from Diamond D. So let's check her out for the last time.
Hello, this is where I'm giving you some love advice, some happiness advice, some everyday good advice to make your day a little more loving. What do you value in your life? This is a question asked by Ashley Ann Kuzma. Miss Kuzma writes, my wish for you is to stop letting insignificant situations stress you out. Do what is important to you. Relax and enjoy the company of those around you. After reading this writing, one is free to consider what that thing is, what that situation is, person or place that brings peace, love, and happiness, and then go and do it. So today, do something special for yourself. Whether it is start that book you bought but never opened, take yourself out to your favorite restaurant, calling up your friends and having a day out at the spa or going to the game. But today, do something special to make you happy and make an effort to love yourself so you can love others. This is Diamond D with Love and Happiness. Be sure to check me out on SoundCloud, YouTube, and Facebook, where I'm working to make your day a little more loving.
We're going to miss Diamond D, but here is wisdom of the Wallace.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Wisdom of the Wallace, where the names have been changed to protect both the innocent and the guilty. Dear Wallace, Say My Name writes in, I hate my name. I've been made fun of all my life. My name is Jinx. And yes, my parents are tree-hugging Wiccans. I want to change my name to Juliana. Dear Say My Name, interestingly enough, 5% of Americans change their first name, 15% dislike their first name, and the other 44% have considered changing their first name. My grandmother was named Lulabelle and my mom Edith Viola. That's on the Miami side. It gets much worse on my daddy's West Virginia side. I had an aunt named Opal and Okle, but that wasn't the worst. The worst was Aunt Berville. That's Bervil, and that's a bad name for a man, let alone a woman. It sounds like a beaver and squirrel mated. What is that, Paul? It's a Berville. Don't touch that. Berville, you ain't had your shots yet. I would totally understand why Berville would want to march down to the county courthouse because her pa, all liquored up on XXX moonshine, named her Berville. Changing your name runs between $100 and $500. Money well spent, I'd say. This covers filing fees, background checks, and updating documents. If you would like to have your question answered on the Wisdom of the Wallace Show, go to Facebook to the Wisdom of the Wallace page or go to Brokeback Barbie on TikTok. And now, back to the Chris Thomas Show with the All-Star team.
All right, thank you. Wisdom of the Wallace. So now we're going to get back on the Tigger. I'm going to read this right here. Big Tigger, whose legal name is Darian Morgan, is facing felony charges, aggravated battery, and misdemeanor charges with cruelty to children in the third degree. So what's happening is the charges stem from domestic dispute in May involving his wife during a physical altercation occurred in the home while the 13-year-old was present.
Allegedly.
All right. Allegedly. Okay. Well, I can only read what the news said. And of course, as I want to let everybody know, Tigger is a friend of ours. Tigger is a friend of mine. And I've been knowing this guy ever since I started BET 37 years ago. Now, we're here on the Chris Thomas Show. We don't believe in domestic abuse, and we don't know until we find out the true evidence. So right now, we're going to go with It's the Law with Martin Dennis. Mr. Dennis, here we go.
All right.
Okay. No, the music. And then we'll come back. Well, so there we go. So, Mr. Dennis, tell us what's next for Big Tigger.
Big Tigger. Well, as I understand it, I looked it up this morning on the internet to see what's going on with Big Tigger. His first number one problem is he's bald. I'm just kidding. But it's just allegations. You know what I mean? So right now, the state has to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. It means they have to prove each and every element of the charge, which is assault and battery, apparently just battery. And the child abuse thing is kind of, I mean, if I was, it's really a trumped up thing. But in any case, they just threw it in there to try to get him to plead to something. Anyway, and I looked at the pictures of I think it was named Miss Brown. Is that her name? I think.
I'm not sure.
I looked at the pictures and it didn't look very good. So she says that he pushed her. She fell into the board, the baseboard of the corner of the room, and she had gouges over her eye. So that it's always a good prosecution thing to bring up all kinds of pictures and stuff like that. But in any case, more than likely what's going to happen, he's probably going to have to do some sort of counseling, so he doesn't do anything like that in the future. And they'll probably have some marriage counseling, but it's unlikely he's going to get any jail time. Just my opinion. If I was the attorney, that's what I'd be working for. So if the state has to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, each and every element, which is an offensive touching of another person without their consent. Now, she could have consented to it. You never know. But it's probably unlikely. But in any case, the ultimate outcome is you do a plea agreement with the state's attorney, and then get the judge to go along with it. So he has no jail time, probably no probation, but obviously he can't have any contact with her during the for a period of time until they get things worked out. I don't know how long they've been together, but it looks like they have a child together. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Once
So
again, that's an opinion of Martin Dennis. Thank you.
All right. Anybody have a question for Martin Dennis?
All right.
Oh, okay. So you don't see him doing it. so you don't see him doing any jail time.
No, when I looked at the article, it appears he's never had this type of charge in the past. So if it is, it'd be very, very unusual. Let's put it that way. I mean, I deal with these things in the past many times. So the main thing is you meet with the state's attorney, you work out a deal, you make sure your client's okay with it. But it'll have to be some sort of counseling. It appears that should be, maybe go to a couple classes.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In addition to what you just outlined, Martin, is there any other type of legal fees or probation, these type of first offense? Because in California, it's definitely a different scenario with it's basically you don't get that opportunity for leniency.
They really?
Well, I would say they incarcerate you.
I guess I need to be a California attorney, get that changed. because here in Maryland and Washington D.C., that's what we generally do.
I was told it's because of OJ. It's basically if there's a domestic violence situation, there's a zero tolerance for it because of OJ, because they released him on his own reconnaissance, and later that day she was dead. His strange wife.
Later that day?
Huh?
Later that day?
Well, I mean, later, very soon thereafter she was dead.
I think it was several months, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was that day too. But anyway.
There were no charges against OJ on that day in regards to domestic violence.
Let me restate my thing. Zero tolerance because of OJ. If there's a domestic dispute in that type of sense, there is an arrest and there is a zero tolerance policy. So I was just intrigued to see what it is different parts of the country.
Yeah. It's more likely, always the judge always absolutely 100%. If there's a domestic violence allegation, then they issue an order to keep away from the victim, and have no firearms and so on and so forth. They have a litany of things that they run through, but generally the person is let loose, is out back on the street. And I think that Big Tigger was let out back on the street too in Atlanta.
He was out on bond, but I like to say alleged victim. Because what we've seen
alleged.
Yes.
That's always
a very important word.
But if you're the judge, you can get in trouble if you let somebody out and then they subsequently go out and do worse than what they did in the beginning.
And that's what I was trying to get at with the OJ thing. I misspoke obviously about the day in particular, but that's why in California it's a zero tolerance policy as far as arrest upon alleged incident.
Yeah, I'm sure he was arrested. Right. Absolutely.
What's happened since the OJ scenario in particular is that the onus is definitely placed on the male in a relationship. What's also very interesting is when you look at the accounts of violence against men that go underreported, and if you take a look at the gender in regards to relationships, women to women, men to women, and then men to men, it's actually women against women actually has the highest rate of physical violence. But as we've seen in certain cases that they have been women who have faked said violence against them. And until a man is able to actually provide some actual concrete video evidence of the fact that this did not take place in the way that it was being alleged, the onus is definitely heavy against the men in pretty much all of these cases. And again, the onus of proof just to not even get the charges and have to go through the legal process. On the men, it's heavily weighted against males in this regard.
Right. So if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. All right. So now it's it's
Hey,
time
Chris,
for aha.
Chris, I have a question.
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
do you have any gloves handy?
I don't.
I was going to say, try to put it on like this and see how many gloves you can put on your hand. Just try to put it on like this. See how many
I
gloves you
will.
can put on your hand.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
So Martin,
Exactly.
Martin, I have a question.
Hmm?
In your
Yes.
lifetime, have you ever tried on a glove with your hands like this?
No.
Why not?
I put them on like a sissy.
All right. All right, guys, we got to roll. And here's the AHA Sin City Comedy Spotlight. This is James Mullinger.
When you move to a new country, you do have to get used to a lot of word differences. Now, Canadians are very well versed in British vernacular because you've all studied the works of Downton Abbey and Coronation Street. But I had, before moving to Canada, I had actually only ever seen Trailer Park Boys, which is really only used for research if you're moving to Sussex, New Brunswick. Most of you will know, for example, you guys say sidewalk. In England, it's the pavement. You say trunk of the car. In England, it's the boot. The boot. The sneakers, England, are trainers. But the one that I didn't know was that these trousers. You no, stop laughing. Trousers. You call these pants, don't you? In England, pants are the underpants. Yeah, that made my first doctor's appointment pretty awkward.
All right. That was James Mullinger. All right, here on the Chris Thomas Show. And that was the Sin City Comedy Spotlight. Now is time for a little bit of music with one of the baddest DJs in the land. Of course, he got the awards to prove it. Terminator X, what we got?
All right. We got some Trey Songz, Jamie Foxx featuring T-Pain, Chris Brown, Bobby Valentino, Leon Thomas. Right here on the Chris Thomas Show, brought to you by 100% Sucker Free Brand.
R&B Soul Mix.
Terminator X. Hey, when I give you these keys, homeboy, don't move my car, man. I'm right in the front, you dig? Don't move my shit, man. Ho, baby, what's your name? Go, girl, it's your birthday. Over wine, I know you're Thursday. And we don't buy no drinks at the bar. We pop champagne, cause we got that dough. Let me hear you say, you want me say, pockets full of money, club don't jump till I walk inside the doorway. Bottles of that rosé, smiling like Dolce and Gabbana. Shout to you the baddest, and to meet you is an honor. La mama, I got a table waiting. What you think about a convo? And if you like it, baby, we can take it to the condo. And if you like the condo, we can move the party to the bedroom. I'ma beat your body like a Congo. Since we in the club for now, might as well get another round. Notice that ain't nothing in your cup. So get here, baby, let me fill it up. Oh, girl, it's your birthday. Over wide, I know you're Thursday. Blame it on the booze, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the throne, got you feeling grown. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the let's go. She said she usually don't, but I know that she front. Shawty know what she want, but she don't want to seem like she easy. I hear you saying what you won't do, but you know we're probably gonna do what you've been feeling deep inside. Don't let it out. Girl, what you drinking? Don't let it sink in. Here for the weekend, thinking we can see what we can be if we press fast forward. Just one more round and get down out the door. Fill another cup up, feeling on your butt. What? You don't even care. I was unaware how fine you was before my bus set in. blame it on the blues. Got you feeling loose, blame it on the drums. Got you in the zone, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the alcohol.
Tell me, fellas, have you seen her? It was about 5 minutes ago when I seen the hottest chick that a youngin' never seen before. I say, yo, tell the girls I wanna meet her. On second thought, that ain't the way to go. I gotta give her game proper, spit it so she get it. There she is, I gotta stop her. Or should I talk about a smile? Or what about a style? I'm out of time. She's out the door, I gotta go for mine. I think I'll say, yo. I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. Oh, yeah. And I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me want to say, yo. I know you're trying to leave, but excuse me, miss. I say the last dance for you. How I love to keep you here with me, you baby. Now, so they grab hold of my mind.
I saw you walking down on Melrose. You look like an angel straight out of heaven, girl. I was blown away by your sexiness. All I have to do is catch up to you. Slow down. I just wanna get to know you, but don't turn around. Cause that pretty round thing is really slow down. Never seen anything so long. Now turn around and bless me with you.
She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I can smoke already, so hard in my blunt is. I see that pretty baby, so I got trouble trusting. But I let my guard down for you. Said I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
Hamburger. Yeah, it's me from Def Comedy Jam, Family Guy. Listen up, whenever I'm in Vegas, you know what I gotta do. I gotta listen to the #1 show, The Chris Thomas Show, with the top-notch all-star team, Hamburger.
Booyah, it's just comedy. It's your boy Talent, the New York King of Comedy. And when I'm in Vegas, baby, you know I'm listening to Chris Thomas and the top-notch all-star team. Don't take it personal. It's just comedy. Let's get him.
And now it's time for our station ID.
You're listening to the Chris Thomas Show with the All-Star Team with DJ Terminator X, Soren Baker, Noonie LaRue, DJ Matt Links, and Layla Lopez, right here on KSHP Radio, 107.1 FM and 1400 AM Las Vegas.
All right, we're back, and we're brought to you by 100% sucker-free brands, and of course, PiedmontHempCo.com. That's the website where you order. And believe me, since I've been using this, I have found my rhythm. And now it's time for this nosy ass girl, Noonie. Go ahead, Noonie. You're mute. We can't hear you, Noonie.
I apologize. Yeah, I am nosy as a mug. Yes, you may not know me a lot of bit, but you're going to know me a little bit. This is your girl, Noonie LaRue, with Nosy Noonie News, where I'm normally not nosy, but today doesn't count. So there. And this segment is brought to you by Find Your Rhythm at PiedmontHempCo.com. Now listen, Eric Benet. I love me some Eric Benet, but he's using Pride Month to spread a simple message. Lead with love. He says there's too much hate and homophobic energy in the world, and he's encouraging people to choose kindness and acceptance. Now, whether you agree with everything or not, one thing I can respect is a person who's comfortable enough to know who they are and that they are not, whether they don't feel threatened or uncomfortable by somebody else's life. Now that's confidence. Okay. Now Terminator X, go ahead and run the clip, because Eric Benet says y'all can argue if you want to, but I'm choosing peace.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Eric Benet, and on today I am rocking my BU Rainbow LGBTQ t-shirt. Support my gay community out there. What's going on, y'all? Gay Pride Month. I support y'all. There's too much homophobic energy out there, if you ask me. Ain't nobody asked me, but I think it's too much homophobic energy, some kind of trying to put some kind of stanky stigma on it, which is dumb. Like, why would you be the least bit intimidated by a marginalized group that is not your competition, dummy? Anyway, that's just how I think. I'll take it a step further. I think every heterosexual man should have at least one gay homie. Gay homie is going to tell you some shit that your straight homies won't, and have insights that they definitely don't for you and your woman. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Love is love, y'all. Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Hey, that end cracked me up. Listen, okay. Ooh, wait. Confidence is knowing who you are without announcing it every 5 minutes, and I love it. Okay, being kind has never changed anybody's orientation, and I love that as well. Okay, Eric Benet said, "Lead with love," and the internet say, "Let's debate about that anyway." But Chris, do you think people have gotten better at respecting differences over the years?
I think so, and I mean, it's to each his own. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, all right. Well, Soren, what's one thing in our community could do better to show more respect for one another, even when we disagree?
I would say one thing. I had a litany of things, but I would say to listen to people when they talk, give them an opportunity to speak and to detail their perspective and their stance. I think that's first and foremost.
Love it. Love it. Okay, DJ Madeline, you back. What do you think? Well, do you think confidence in yourself makes it easier to respect people who are different from you?
Easier? I mean, I don't think confidence in oneself should have anything to do with respecting somebody else. But hey, you know, to each their own, and clearly to Eric Benet, his own.
He say one gay friend. Hey, okay. Terry, do you think social media brings people together or creates more division?
It does both, but I would definitely think it helps drive people apart more than it brings them together. Sadly,
I know, right? I know, right? And Mr. Dennis, I got a question for you. Do you think listening to understand each other is something we've lost as a society? Did he?
No, he's there.
Fine. If they're my client, they're best.
He said, if he got some money, I love
As
you.
long as they got the money, that's all it counts.
Listen all day.
Pop up that dough.
You understand? He said, I'm just getting cash. That's all I know. I don't know no other color. Okay, green. Listen, we don't have all the, so we all don't think alike, okay? We all don't have the same life or anything like that. But what we can do is choose to treat each other with the same dignity. Life is already hard enough. Kindness, respect, and love don't make you weak. They make you mature. Okay. So shout out to Eric Benet for using his platform to encourage people to lead with love, because at the end of the day, respect never goes out of style. This is Noni LaRue with Nosy News, where I'm normally not nosy, but today was giving confidence, compassion, and minding your own darn business a little bit. Okay. And now let's hear from our sponsor. Find your rhythm at PMyHemco.com.
PMyHemco.com.
Find your rhythm.
Long day. Your body feels it. Piedmont Hemco. create thin paste topicals designed for real life. Work, workouts, and everything in between. Crafted with hemp seed oil and natural botanicals. Our balms and body care help you feel good in your skin. Find your rhythm. Find your rhythm at PiedmontMountain.com. Piedmont Hemp Co. Wellness that fits your rhythm.
All right, that was Nosy Noonie News. Now it's time for our favorite TV show on YouTube. This is Unique Access with Soren Baker.
Thank you, Chris. Today on our segment, I spoke with my friend, and in my opinion, one of the best rappers of all time, Master Ace, and talked about kind of the opposite of what Eric Benet is talking about, the feeling of not being loved or respect as it pertains to a couple lines in some of his music. So I asked him specifically about that. So when we come back for the panel, I want everybody to give me an example of a political song or a group that really moved or motivated you in some sort of way. So Terminator, let's play the clip. Master Ace, Unique Access.
The color of my skin alone makes me a threat. I could be doing, the most docile act, and I'm more threatening to this white society than a white guy walking through Walmart with an AR, 15 on his shoulder. And with all the mass shootings that we've had, a white guy could walk through Walmart with an AR-15. People might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but they're not calling the police. They're not going to ask them, they're not going to confront them about it. They're going to go about their business. And so it was just a profound statement to say a black man communicating with his son, which is the dialogue that we need to have happening in our community, is more of a threat, because what's more threatening than a white guy with an AR is black unity.
So shout out to Master Ace. As I said, want to get to the panel. So Noonie LaRue, what's a political group or song that meant a lot to you or means a lot to you?
Okay, well, growing up in a Black Panther home, or grandfather and all of that, I'm an 80s baby, so I'm going to go with Fight the Power by Public Enemy. And you can never go wrong with James Brown as well, baby. If this music made you stand up before you was even standing up. So, but yeah, I like James Brown, you know what I'm saying? Because he just stood up for everything. I'm black and I'm proud, you know what I'm saying? And then Fight the Power, you know what I'm saying? My granddaddy had that on repeat. So you better know the words word for word up in there.
Yes. Terminator, I see you moving and grooving, itching and ready. So Terminator, what's a song for you? Coming from one of the greatest political groups of all time, what's a song that really stands out to you?
A lot of Marvin Gaye. What was that album? I forgot the name of it. Yeah, that and Last Poet. I was gonna say James Brown, but she beat me to it. But yeah, those probably some of the most significant songs I can think of music.
All right, DJ Mad Links. What about you?
I just gotta say, I don't know where the hell Master Ace is shopping that he thinks that anybody walking through with an AR-15 is not going to generate some type of concern, or somebody's not going to call the cops. That's disingenuous as hell to me. That's just, when you make statements like that, you totally just make a mockery of the times where what you are trying to say actually applies. So that's just foolishness.
I think he's referring, I don't remember the name of the white gentleman who was walking around with the AR-15 and the police coddled him after he had walking down the street. That's what he was referring to, but nonetheless.
The one that went to
he did a very poor job of actually elocuting that, though, because he decided to say if he's walking inside of a store. So if he wants to mention that about walking outside, fine, then mention that. But again, I tell people all the time, miss me with what you mean. I don't like that. Oh, you know what I meant. No, I don't know what you meant. I know what you said. words have power, words have meaning, as we can see. But all that being said, I would definitely say in regards of the exact question, for me, the first 3 Public Enemy albums, just as comprehensive pieces of work, honestly, really just address that. I think they were a seismic shift in music sonically, what it did for the genre as a whole, and just ground shaking type of masterpieces. So I can't just say it was just one song. I mean, listen, Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos, Fight the Power, Welcome to the Terror Dome. I mean, just really, truly comprehensive pieces of work that were just magnificent masterpieces.
Agree wholeheartedly. And Martin Dennis, for you, as an attorney, what do you see with the explosion of artists having their lyrics being used against them in court and being convicted of serious crimes? What type of legal precedent do you think this is setting in our country?
Well, I'm not sure that's evidence, proper evidence, but I'm not a judge in any case. The original question was what music, and that's Duke of Earl. Duke of Earl. Gene Chandler, yeah, that's my man. Just let you know. But I don't think it's not proper evidence to do that. I would object like crazy if anybody brought that down. Of course, I'm not a prosecutor. I'm a defender. I was a public defender probably for 4 or 5 years. So
as a defender, this has been.
I've never heard of a case like that. You bring their music in there in a case like that with assault.
There's dozens of them. Sadly.
Okay.
So as a defender, how would you try to get that dismissed or not allowed, or to show why that's an erroneous lie?
Well, it's not relevant to the case. I don't know what the case would be. Let's say an assault and battery. What's the music got to do? What's the music got to do with assault and battery? Nothing. If it's got something to do with robbery, no, it's highly unlikely. I mean, I think it's inadmissible.
Take a look at the case of Young Thug in Atlanta, and you'll see some precedent that's been set, at least in that state.
Is that right? Okay, yeah.
There's unfortunately, dozens of examples of rappers being convicted because of their lyrics. So, and in fact,
did they follow up on their lyrics? Say, I'm going to kill so-and-so, and then they go out and kill that person? Yeah, that would be proper evidence because it shows intent.
Well, these are more vague situations that may reflect a mindset, or it's been used to say, oh, this kind of sounds like what happened, or they're just have a murderous mindset. And these people have been convicted. There was actually a gentleman in Texas that got executed because of it.
Huh.
So, yeah, this has happened multiple times.
Yeah. But in any case, I don't think that's not the root of it. The evidence would be, whether he did the act or not, whether it's music or not. I think it's like a side show to it. In any case, it's just my opinion. I don't know about the Texas case.
There are RICO implications if you're saying something, then somebody who you're affiliated with actually goes and commits the act.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Okay. I've never had a case like that, so I can't really comment.
Gotcha. Chris, what about you? What's a political song or group that means a lot to you, and why?
Lift Every Voice and Sing. That's the Black National Anthem, and Donny Hathaway's A Song for You.
Stellar selections. Well, there it is. Well, thank you, everybody. And definitely check out my interviews with Master Ace. I got a whole playlist of interviews with him on Unique Access Entertainment. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. And back to you, Chris. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And let me say it's time for our homie, my homie. We got so much going on. And guess what? Rap City is finally reappearing again, at least the name and the association. So that's a good thing. It seems like it just won't go away, Links. And it's time for our Rap City hip hop mix with one of the greatest hosts of Rap City, Mad Links. What's up?
Well, thank you for those accolades. And speaking of greatest, this mix is going to have some LL Cool J, some Benny DeBlanco from Buffalo, Griselda Fam, and a nice little dose of some Nas and Queensbridge featuring DJ Premier. So, and I'll see you all next time. You have a great weekend. And this is the Chris Thomas Show, the hip hop mix, brought to you by 100% Sucker Free Brands.
Yes, yes, yes.
DJ Mad.
So amazing. So many different hustlers you meet in the game. This Cole, don't put your trust in him. Let me explain. The greedy killer, he wanna to get the money, but he quick to feel disrespected. One slip of the tongue, wrong word selected. Bullets drilling in your melon when you least expect it. Number one priority, self-preservation. That applies to majority different situations. The daredevil type, love to make a scene and hype. If he's the center of attention, you alright. You worry about his rep. Put dirt on his name, you getting slept. Extra sensitive, quiet as kept. So you gotta play it cool with him, laugh at his jokes. Don't inhale too deep when he pass you the smoke. He asking you a question, he might go for your throat. It's best to be transparent, or that's all she wrote. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word. Living like a villain, sipping V on out the glass. Million on the wrist, quick to skip a battle rap. Corvette club, waving Maybach flags. 100-foot yachts, jumping waves, running laps. Really just want to smoke, really just want a piece. The two want the most, somebody end up with the least. Shorty just broke a lease, ready to move with me. I put it all in the book, praying that she could read. Really, are you a G? I just want to see I'm running the numbers up. I feel I'm still in the lead. Tentacles in the streets, criminals getting cream. The 7 Series new beamer, really it's not a thing. Always getting the money, still hustle the max. Always keeping it real, always getting it back. Just come with the drills. All I want is the cash. We're still on the rise. Why I'm charging the tax.
Always keep it lit, always paying back. Always keep it lit, always paying back. Always keep it lit.
Gave my life to the game, had my mama concerned. And made a call when she saw when I got in return. Broke my flow down, they still can't describe it in words. And all the work they say they put in, I gotta confirm. Put my hood in diamonds so you know how my block did it. Gun come with a Carfax, you know who I shot with it. Shot with us, you know me and mine. Crib's not furnished till a garage get a drop in it. And now I want nothing for free. They ain't know me then, bet they check it now. The best player getting drafted in the 7th round. I learned rules from the streets and wrote the lessons down. I know 155,000 weigh like 7 pounds. Said I'ma be a legend soon, I'm a legend now. Now, that's real. Said I'ma be a legend soon, I'm a legend now. Yeah, 50,000 in the draw at the W was some. And every time I score, it's a W for the villains. I'm somewhere in the hood, elbow rubbing with all the dealers, saying because of you, we ain't been as comfortable in a minute. I beat a lot of charges this money, you got a part, and I'm a boss, so I'm too bougie for Olive Garden. Rap circles round, that's my department. Put a block in the trunk soon as I got tired of talking. Money don't make you solid, it just make you 10 times more of the person you are before you got it. And all my jewels VIP trunk, where it's crowded, and I can't call it by name, cause I forgot it. Let's go. Said I'ma be a legend soon, I'm a legend now. That's real. Said I'ma be a legend soon, I'm a legend now. Yeah.
DJ Mad Legs.
What defines my name? 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 NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector, shortened it by 2 letters, without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott, living in the bottle again. The World Cup in Moscow, where the blonde was a 10. Vape pen when I speak is like a lottery win. Quote my total, multi-mogul, so fly out to walk in any spot, every box be soaking. From a time when weed was stronger, today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name existed forever. Before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, a rocket chose its origin. Since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shot them like real bullets and prop guns. Creep with baddies and sequence dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something.
DJ
What defines my name? What defines my name? What the NAS? What defines my name? What NAS? What defines my name?
What up, y'all? This is Ed Lover, the living legend. When I'm in Vegas, I'm chilling with my man Chris Thomas and the Top Notch All-Star team. Come on, son. All right. You can listen to the Chris Thomas Show on these internet radio stations: East to the West Radio, Melodious Radio, Cheddar Vision Radio, 101 Jams, Connected Radio, GreatestDJsRadio.com, WUBI Live Ubiquity, and Radio and TV, and of course Power NV 103.1, the hottest music in the desert. And of course, let's not forget ATXSoulRadio.com. And if you listen to podcasts, Unique Assets, of course, and Talking in Rhythm and Sunny Smiles. Now it's time for our message of hope.
Good morning. Our scripture comes from Proverbs 2:11. Discretion will preserve you. Understanding will keep you. Devotional. When circumstances appear to take an unexpected negative turn, sometimes our faith can waver. We wonder how we will ever endure the tragedy or injustice unfolding before us. However, adversity should never be the end of our faith. It should be the spark that ignites it. No matter how our world is shaken, a strong trust in God will enable us to endure life's toughest hardships. But what should you do when you discern that your circumstances are rattling your confidence in God? How do you regain your stronghold? Make the decision to believe that God is trustworthy and speak it out. The Lord always keeps his promises, so quote them often. God desires the best for your life, so give God thanks for guiding you perfectly. Even when God says no to important requests and may lead you down unexpected and difficult paths, praise God for having wisdom far above your own. Undoubtedly, God knows the way to produce the most spiritual fruit, the strongest character, and the greatest faith in you. In other words, refuse to doubt God, especially in what you say. As Romans 10:17 reminds us, faith comes from hearing, and hearing by the word of Jesus Christ. Remember that when you look at your circumstances through your limited eyes, they'll always seem overwhelming. But when you see your circumstance from God's perspective, you will always receive God's peace and rest. So read God's word aloud and recall how God has blessed believers in similar circumstances throughout the ages. Because what you speak in faith will certainly return to you in blessings. Our power thought is, Lord, I confess that I sometimes talk myself out of trusting you. Help me speak the words of faith that will preserve my soul. Have a blessed day.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, D. Now we're going to get to a subject about Oprah Winfrey. She's talking about Whitney Houston years later. I can tell you, you may be dead, but you ain't gone. So let's hear what she has to say. Yes, Whitney Houston is definitely missing. And I miss some Whitney Houston. Here we go.
How you doing? Greetings.
That's it.
And then I stopped the cameras and I went behind stage and I said, so tell me, what do you want? What do you want to happen here? And I'm going to tell you what I want to happen here. And that was one of the most powerful interviews. And you all know this is an amazing thing that happened. I had such trust from the Oprah show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we'd gone behind stage and I asked her about her intention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that she would be destroyed by that.
Okay. So I just want to know why bring it up now?
Exactly.
Amen.
You know, she was in the bathtub and drowned. I think they said that she was on some type of narcotics back then. So I mean, why bring it up, Oprah? We'll start with you, Mr. Dennis, right quick.
I agree with you. Why bring it up now? It doesn't make any sense. And she should have probably done something about it back then when it happened. With her power and influence, that's what she should have done. That's just my opinion.
Might have saved her life. What about you, Soren?
I think it's odd that you're talking about how people should trust you when you violate their trust. So there you go.
Exactly. Listen, I don't care what she did. Listen, Whitney Houston is our girl. She's still our treasure, and that voice is forever. So I don't care if she came up, why bring it up? Talk about something beautiful that she did. Talk about something fun she did. Talk about the time she smiled, she laughed, she was happy, not when she was down. You know what I'm saying? Like, golly, she gone. Leave her alone. Talk about the fun stuff. Talk about the good times.
X-Man?
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Oprah could be trifling sometimes.
I like that word, trifling.
So this is what we want to do. Since it's the 250th anniversary of America, do you have that Marvin Gaye song Terminator? We're going to close out with that. And this is because
give me a sec.
We were thinking about the best national anthems of celebrities singing it. And I actually been telling, I was in out of town not too long ago, and I kept meeting all these artists, and I just said, why don't you do a rendition of the national anthem? And they said, I never thought about that. I said, just get it in. And then one day you might be chosen to do it at a game. All right. I think this is Marvin Gaye.
It's coming. Give me a sec.
All right.
Here we go. Yep.
Right. Turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh Lord, oh the fight, oh the ramparts we won were so gallantly, yeah. And the rocket red flag, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night. That after that was still there.
Terminator, let it play. I just want to say thank y'all. Thank Mr. Dennis.
Spangled
Thank Sloan. Thank Mad Links. Thank Noonie. Thank Terminator. And thank y'all. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. And if you don't mind, God bless you too. And I just want to say, we're everyday people. Child, we're out.
Bright lights, big city. Good morning, Vegas. It's the Chris Thomas Morning